Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Basketball Finals Bracket by Will Power, and it looks like a finals bracket actually, or actually a March Madness bracket kind of. Anyways, here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the entire grid with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats in any row, column, or box. We also have German whispers, where numbers on green lines are at least 5 apart from their neighbors on the line. So for example, if this were a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9, because those are the only digits that are 5 or more away from 3. We also have Dutch whispers, where numbers on the red lines, and they actually usually supposed to be orange lines, but which is why they're called Dutch whispers. But the numbers on the red lines in this puzzle are at least 4 apart from their neighbors on the line. So if this were a 3, this would have to be, that would be 3 in the corner, we would celebrate. But there would have to be a 7, an 8, or a 9 here if that were the case, if this were a 3. Because 7, 8, and 9 are the only digits that are 4 and more away from 3. We also have regions, where numbers in regions sum to the number in the top left corner of the region. So therefore, these are essentially Killer Cage rule set, but he calls them regions. Because the reason why is he says numbers may repeat in regions and on green and red lines if other rules allow. So that's why it could be different, right? So that's the reason why I think he's using regions versus Killer Cage, because normally Killer Cage Sudokus or Killer Cage rule sets do not allow repeats. And these regions specifically can have repeats. And you can, of course, you can always have repeats on Dutch whisper lines and German whisper lines. That's pretty normal. So as an example, these two cages must add up to 11. These three must add up to 23. As an example, we could have 2 and 9 here. And that works because these two digits add up to 11. And that's how regions work. And finally, we have Renban, where numbers on purple lines are each a set of numbers from 1 to 9 without repeats. Oh, and these are, I guess these are 9 in length, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, this is 9 in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So therefore, that since they're 9 in length, they must contain the digits 1 through 9 without repeats on the purple line. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. But now I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, well, simple thing I see is well, we have 3 digits adding up to 6. So the only set of 3 digits, unique digits that can ever add up to 6 is 1, 2, and 3. We also know Okay, let's not continue that yet. These digits add up to 23. Oh, and the reason why we know this is 1, 2, or 3 is that they all have to be unique because they're in the same box. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3 triplet in row 9, which eliminates 1, 2, and 3 in the rest of the row. So this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. This pair has to be 1, 7, 2, 6, and 3, 5, but none of these could be 1, 2, or 3. Therefore, this is 5, 6, or 7, which forces this to be 1, 2, or 3. These two digits must be 5 apart from each other. Well, 3 and 5 are not 5 apart from each other. 2 and 6 are not, so this must be specifically 1 and 7. These two digits must add up to 11, and they must be 5 apart from each other. So the only possibilities here are 2, 9, or 3, 8. 4, 7, and 5, 6 are not 5 apart from each other. Therefore, this is 8 or 9, and this is 2 or 3 here. Similarly, we have a 13 cage, where the two digits must add up to 13, but they also must be 5 apart from each other because they're on a German whisper line. The only pair that's possible is 4 and 9. And 4 cannot be 5 away from 2 or 3, so therefore this is 9, which makes that a 4. 4 can only be next to 9 on a German whisper line, so this must be 9, which makes that a 4 here. This 4 must be at least 4 away from this digit, and 9 is already taken, so the only other digit possible now is 8. So this is 8. This 8 must be next to 1, 2, 3, or 4 on a Dutch whisper line, but it can't be 4, so this is 1, 2, or 3. This 1, 2, or 3 has to be next to another digit on a German whisper line, which is at least 6, 7, or 8, right? Because the 1, on German whisper lines, you'll always alternate between a digit that's from 1 through 4 and one that's from 6 through 9, right? Because if you take 1 and you add 5 or more to it, you get 6 or more there. If you add 3, add 5 to it, you get an 8. So therefore vice versa. If you have a 6, 7, or 8, you must 6, 7 through 9. If you have a 6, 7, 8, and 9, you have to have a 1 through 4 next to it on a German whisper line. So this is 1, 2, or 3. These 3 digits add up to 23. What is the minimum value you could have ever? I think it's 5, right? You could have 9 and 9 possible. That's 18. 23 minus 18 is 5. So you could have 5, 9, and 9. And look at this. They all must be, this digit must be 4 or more away from these two digits, which means this is at minimum a 5. So if you had a 6 or above, adding to with other digits, the problem is 6 cannot be 4 or more away from any high digit. And it does have to be a high digit, because you can only have 6, 8, or 9 if that's the case. And 6 is not 4 or more away from 8 or 9. Therefore, this must be 5, this must be 9, and this must be 9. Well, this digit must be 4 or more away from 9, and it must be 4 or more away from 1, 2, or 3. The only possible digit that satisfies that is a 5, right? Any other digit can never be 4 or more away from 9 and 4 or more away from 1, 2, or 3, right? 1 can only be next to digits that are 5 and above. 9 can only be next to digits that are 5 and below. So therefore, this must be a 5. This must be a 1. This can no longer be a 1. This can no longer be 9 because of a 9 in the column. So this must be 8, which makes this a 3 to add up to 11. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 2. This can't be a 6 because it must be next to 1 or 2 on a German whisper line. What is this 18 cage? It does not have a 9 available. So what are can this ever have a 1 or 2? Actually, that's not. It doesn't have an 8 or a 9 available. That means the maximum value for any 3 unique digits in this cage is 5, 6, and 7, which actually that's the maximum value, and that adds up to exactly 18, which means this has to be 5, 6, and 7. Well, on this Renban line, we have to have the digits 1 through 9. But these digits cannot be 1, 2, or 3 because of the 1, 2, 3 triplet in the box. So along the rest of it, we have to have 2 digits that are from 1, 2, and 3 because one of them's here. These can't be 1, 2, or 3. These can't be 1 or 2 or 3. Where are the other 1, 2, or 3s? They have to be here. So this is 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 2 because of that 2. This is now a low, which means it's 1, 2, or 3, which means it must be next to a high, which has to be 7, 8, or 9 because it's next to 2 unique digits. Therefore, this must be low, which is 1 and 3. This cannot be a 9 here. None of these can be 9 on this Renban. Where is the 9 on this Renban? It must be one of these 2 digits. Also, 7, 8, and 9 can... 7's here. 8 and 9 cannot be any of these cells. Where is the 8 and 9 in row 9? Can't be here either because of the 8, 9 that are in the column. Can't be here, so they have to specifically be here. This is 8 and 9. Where is the 4 in row 9? Can't be here because of the 4 in the column. Can't be here. It must be here. So this is 4, which makes this a 5, 6 pair. This can't be 5, though, because of this 5, so this must be a 6, which makes this a 5. The remaining digits here are 1, 2, and 3, but it cannot be 1 because of the 1 in the row, so this must be a 2, 3 pair, which eliminates 2 and 3 in the rest of this box, which makes this a 1. So this can't be 1 because you can't have repeats on the Renban, and this can't be 1 because you can't have repeats on the Renban. This can't be 1 because of that 1, so this must be a 3, which makes this a 2. Therefore, this can only be 8 or 9 here, because it must be next to 2 and 3 on a German whisper line. We have a 1 and 2 on this Renban line, which forces this to be a 3. This can't be 3 or 2. That's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know actually we're getting close to solving this. So this can't be 3 or 2. This must be 1, which makes that a 2. The remaining digits in row 4 are specifically 4, 6, and 7. So 6 and 7 cannot be on this Renban line now, or 4, which means this 3-digit cell, 3-digit region must add up to 22, and they must be unique from each other. So it must be specifically 5, 8, 9, because that's the only possibility there. Therefore, the remaining digits here must be 1, 2, or 3, because we have a 4, 6, 7 triplet already on the Renban, and a 5, 8, 9 triplet, which also must be on the Renban. Well, 1 cannot be here, so where's the 1 on this Renban? It has to be here. This cannot be 2, it must be 3, which forces this to be a 2, because we can't have repeats on the Renban, and therefore this is 3. The remaining digits here have to be 4, 8, 9 with 5, 6, or 7. So 4, 8, 9. This can't be 9, though, with 5, 6, or 7 as possibilities. Okay. This cannot be 1, 2, or 3, and it cannot be 4 or 9. This is 5, 6, 7, or 8. Well, these 2 digits are on a Dutch whisper line, and they have to be at least 4 away from each other. The only possible combination of these digits which works is 4 and 8. So this must be 4, this must be 8, which makes that a 9. This 8 must be 4 or more away from that digit, but 2, 3, and 4 are already accounted for, so this must be 1. None of these can be 4. This can't be 8 here. Where is the 8 on this Renban? It has to be here. So this is an 8. This can no longer be 8. So this is 5 or 9. This can't be 4 here. The remaining digit in this box must be a 5. So this is a 5. which means neither of these can be a 5. We have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in this cage, which eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of... Actually, that doesn't mean that necessarily. There are 8, 9, 8, 9, though, in this box, which does eliminate 8 and 9 in the rest of the box. So this cannot be 9. This has to be a 5. Neither of these can be 5 anymore. This can't be a 5. Where is the 5 on this Ren band? It has to be here. So this is a 5, which means this can't be 5. This can't be 9 because of the 8, 9 pair in the column. Where is the 9 on this Ren band? It has to be here. So this is 9. The remaining digits must be 5, 6, and 7, but this can't be 5. So this must be 5, which makes this a 6, 7 as a possibility. We have a 6, 7, 6, 7 pair in column 1, which eliminates 6 and 7 from the rest of the column. Therefore, this can't be 6 or 7, it must be 4. This can't be 4. The remaining digit in column 1 is a 2, so this is 2. The remaining digit in column 2 is a 6 or 7, so that's fine. And this must be 4, 6, or 7 here. The remaining digits in column 8 are 1, 6, and 7. Well, this cannot be 1 or 6 because it must be 4 away from 3 because it's on the Dutch whisper line. So this must be a 7, which makes that a 6, which makes that a 7. This 7 means this can't be 7, so this is a 6 because we can't have repeats on the Ren band, which forces that to be 7. This 7 has to be next to a 3 because that's the only digit left. This then is 1 or 6, but 6 cannot be next to a 9 on a Dutch whisper line. So this must be 1. This must be a 6, which means this can't be 6, so this is 7. This can't be 6 or 7. This is 4. This can't be 4 or 7, so this is 6, which makes that a 7, which makes that a 6. This can't be 7 because of this 7, so therefore this is 8. The last remaining digit now is a 6. So this is 6. The digits that can be next to 1 on a Dutch whisper line are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 5 and 6 cannot be here because of those 5 and 6. 7 and 9 can't be here, therefore this must be an 8. 8 can be next to 1, 2, 3, or 4 on a Dutch whisper line. But it cannot be 1 or 3 because of the 1, 3 in the column. Can't be 4. This must be a 2. This 8 means this can't be 8, so this is 9, which makes that an 8. And now we're probably just doing normal Sudoku. 1 does not have anything there. Okay. What's in the rest of column 9? It has to be 4 and 5. But this can't be 4 here because of that 4, so this must be 5, which makes that a 4. What about column 7? We have 2, 3, and 7. But this can't be 2 here, so therefore the 2 has to be here in column 7. This can't be 7, so this must be 3, which makes that a 7. What are the remaining digits in row 1? We have 1, 5, and 9. This cannot be 1 or 5 because of the 1, 5 in the column, so this is 9. This can't be 5 or 9 because of the 5 and 9 in the column, so this is 1, which makes that a 5. This 9 means this can't be 9, so this is 8, which makes that a 9. The remaining digits in row 2 are 2, 3, and 4. Okay, well, that doesn't help us much. This can't be 2, this can't be 3, and this can't be 4. The remaining digits in row 3 are 6, 7, and 8. Well, this can't be 6 or 7, therefore this must be 8. And these could be 6 or 7 here. Remaining digits in row 7 are 1, 2, and 6. Well, this can't be 1 or 2, so this must be 6. This can't be 1 or 6, so this must be 2, which makes that a 1. This 2 means this can't be 2, so that's a 3, which makes that a 4, which makes that a 2. This 6 means that can't be 6, so that's a 7, and therefore that's a 6. And now we fill in the remaining digits. This has to be 3, this has to be 4, and this must be a 7. And that's the solve. Um, yeah, pretty interesting. Um, Thematically, it works very well with the red uh, team losing to this purple team here in the finals. But then you have a purple team also losing to a purple team. I don't know. Depends on what the purple teams are. Maybe it's like LSU or what other teams have purple in their colors for college? I'm not sure. Maybe LSU beats a red team. St. John's? Louisville? Houston? Houston actually has a red color in their uniform. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.